It is great to see you. It was great to see you at the SoCan Awards, man. How was that for you?
That was so much fun. It was a great venue, and it was great to be part of the night on behalf of Unison. And it was fun celebrating afterwards with my friend Nathan Farr, who was honored that night for writing Texas Hold'em by Beyonce, and Lowell, of course, as well. That was a great night.
Fantastic, man. You were looking good on the red carpet. It's always great talking to you, man. It's funny. Over the years that we've done this so many times, I just feel like it's always like end of one conversation, beginning of another conversation, but it's been one long conversation with you, man. It has been
Likewise.
And it's been an honor to talk to you for so many years and document your career. And, you know, as we go into this new EP that's been released, this is probably one of your most special, most important, most reflective. I'm going to go right into it. What's the name of the EP? And, man, how does it reflect you these days, brother?
Yeah, the name of the EP is called Rebuild. And, you know, the songs on this record are inspired by what I went through in the last 5 years. You know, post-pandemic was hard for a lot of people. Musicians, anyone in the entertainment industry, bar owners, etc., venue owners, etc. And, you know, personally I went through a breakup during the pandemic, so that sucked. But then once I got my feet back on the ground, I was diagnosed with cancer. And so just as I was coming out of, you know, that dark times of the pandemic, unfortunately my health took a turn, and it kind of put my whole career on hold. And so, you know, going back to the EP, a lot of these songs were inspired by those dark times, but also what came on the other side of that. You know, thankfully I've been in remission for 2 years, and yeah, exactly. As of August, it's been 2 years. So, you know, the perspective I got from cancer, you know, I had to stop everything that I identified myself with. You know, Shawn Hook, the artist, the singer. You know, I had tonsil cancer, so I couldn't sing. I could barely talk. You know, so it allowed me to really stop, step back, and get perspective. And in that perspective, I really had to ask myself what I wanted out of life, not just out of music, out of life. And that was my partner, Kylie. She stepped up for me in ways that no one has, and I really experienced true love, and it just you know, it inspired a lot of hope in my music. And so there's some songs on this EP about the dark times, but then there's also songs on this EP about hope. And Rebuild is the theme of the EP. Given I went through some dark times, and I basically had to rebuild everything I identified myself with to that point. And one of my favorite songs on the record is a song called Always You, which I wrote for Kylie, and I played it on our wedding this June for her. I surprised her. So yeah, it's that's pretty much the EP in a nutshell.
I don't think people noticed. I don't know if they did notice or not, but you were flashing it, man. Where is that? Flash it, right. There it is. Congratulations, my brother.
Thank you so much.
So happy for you on this. But there's another song. What is it? Mr. Brown? Or
Dear Mr. Brown. Yeah.
Dear Mr. Brown. What is that about?
So there was another dark moment just as I was coming out of, well, it was actually before cancer. I was putting out a record, and with this quote unquote label that I signed a deal with, and as I was making the record, some of the people I was working with, who like the video director, my PR team, who my label contracted to work on my release, weren't getting paid by this label. And I was in the middle of making my album, and I was a little worried because I was contracting producers as well to do the album, and ended up being this guy ripped off all these people, ended up ripping me off, ended up claiming ownership to my masters, and ended up threatening all this legal stuff which he didn't have any rights to, and it just really slowed down my career, and my music got caught up, and I was helpless and I couldn't do anything about it. Then I got cancer, and then I took a break, and then coming out of that, once I was in remission, I was like, I need to put my music out. And so I put out I featured on a dance record with this one group called the Banker Boys, and it was a EDM record, and the song did did all right, and the label that put out that song was like, hey, what are you doing with your career? And I was like, you know what, I'm an independent artist right now. I'm not with the label, and we ended up moving forward and doing a deal. And on the eve of the release of this new project, this new label, this old executive basically kiboshed that release and found a way to release my unreleased demos on Spotify and all these DSPs, and he sabotaged my new release. And I was like, oh my god, I put this to rest legally. I hired a team to like do all the right things, and this person just went on their own and tried to sabotage me. And I was helpless, nothing I could really do, but it like literally I had to stop the campaign for my new single, and this was last year, and reload, you know, and until I had more legal clarity and all this stuff. And it just was just such a headache on so many levels, personally, obviously career-wise. It hurt me financially, it hurt me so many ways. So when I was writing this record, I was telling this story to one of the producers I was working with, Ryan Stewart, and a songwriter, and we're like, we started writing about it. And that's kind of where this song, Dear Mr. Brown, came out. It was just like, you know what, the pen is mightier than the sword, and it's cheaper than a lawyer, and it's, as an artist, that's where I can fight back. And I'm happy I did. It's one of my favorite songs on the record, and when I play it live, it's a lot of fun. And it's, you know, my music is like relationship based, so this is the first record that's kind of got a bit more edge to it, and I'm super excited about it.
How do you keep going forward when you think every time you turn around there's a wall where there's no door, or, you know, nothing to jump over? How do you keep going forward? Because there are people who are going through not the exact same thing, but walking that path.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, I can compartmentalize it to 3 different parts of my life, like obviously career, relationship, and health. Health being the most important. Thankfully, like through my battle with cancer, I had a lot of people in my corner that had gone through it, knew someone who went through it, and also wanted to help me however I needed help. And those people inspired me to keep going, keep fighting, and keep hope. You know, in any situation, any adverse situation, you have to have hope, and you kind of have to simplify it to, instead of like getting caught up, because I was getting caught up in the outcomes that didn't exist, the future that wasn't in front of me. I literally had to break it down to hour by hour, and then day by day, and slowly just tackle what's in front of you, and slowly, you know, look ahead, but look ahead with hope, not with fear. And that's what I apply now to any adverse situation, to try and get through those hurdles and those walls.
You're amazing. You're absolutely amazing. No, man, love you to death. Look, you're still giving back, not just through music, but Vancouver.
Yes,
they're doing something up there. What's going? That's tomorrow as we speak. Yeah. What's going on with that?
So the Vancouver Canucks organization asked me if I would sing the anthems, the U.S. and Canadian anthems for Hockey Fights Cancer Night. And I grew up in BC, so I'm a huge Canucks fan. Wearing a Canucks hat, you can't tell, but it's going to mean a lot to me to go back there, because that's also where I was treated for cancer, and some of the most amazing doctors and nurses and medical staff literally saved my life in that city. And it's going to be really emotional to come back and sing the anthems for Hockey Fights Cancer Night.
Amen to that. And you're hooking up with Rick Campanelli and helping to celebrate Christmas. What's going on with this, man?
That's right. So it's the holiday magic. It's the Christmas tree lighting in Yorkville, Bloor. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm getting my band together to come out and play the concert, and it's to benefit Second Harvest, which is a food bank. And Rick Campanelli is going to be kicking off the night and hosting the evening. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're in Toronto, come check it out. I'm going to play all the new songs on the EP.
Fantastic. And the fun continues, because I asked you about this on the red carpet, and you mentioned it, Unison. I'm going to see you at our Christmas party.
Schmooze Fest, yes. And I'm it's TBD, so I'm coming out for me personally, Yes, everybody go to Schmooze Fest, support Unison. Unison is basically an emergency relief fund for anyone in our industry, but they throw the best kick-ass holiday
God.
party.
And it's at history this year too, so it makes it
there's
even
some
better.
cool new things going on this year for Schmooze Fest, so you definitely don't want to miss this one. And I'm doing everything in my power not to. Personally, I'm playing the show on the 22nd. And then my family in the U.S., my wife's family, is throwing a huge Thanksgiving feast and party, which I can't miss.
Yeah.
So I'm flying back. So I might go back to LA and then try make it back out to Unison. It's TBD, so I'm looking into that. But
Okay.
if I can't be there, you should. Don't worry, still go. It's going to be amazing. It's supporting a great cause. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I said, man, to me this is our Christmas party because I'm independent.
Yep.
Independent. So this is where I go to meet and hook up with all my friends to
For sure.
help celebrate the holidays, man.
You're a huge supporter, Rudy, and we really appreciate all the work and support and the attention that you give to Unison year after year. So we really appreciate that.
Oh man, it's always love and respect. Look, brother, I know you're busy, but I'll let you go. I just want to say I love you. Congratulations on everything. I did meet at the time fiance, now wife. She's amazing. I'm just so happy the journey is going down this road, man. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you so much, Rudy. I love you too, brother, and I really sincerely appreciate the support and love you've given me from literally day one. I literally remember our first interview, so it's pretty special every time we talk. So thank you. You're a real one, and I appreciate it.